Okay, look, this video's been hard to make, alright? This week has been tough. And I had a whole beginning to the video that talked about vulnerability and all this other stuff, and I want to put some of that stuff in there, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm doing this part before I do the rest of it. But there are things that I don't want to share still. I'm not ready to share. And if you have noticed, I put the tribute video, memorial video, the remembrance, whatever you want to call it, about Kayla out. And took down the video where I was talking about, my story with her, because in all honesty, I'm not ready to share it yet. So when I am ready to share it, I'll either put the video back up or I'll make another video. But it was really early, and I didn't understand how I was really feeling at the time. And I better understand it now. I kind of know where I'm coming from now. I kind of know why I felt the way that I felt, and everything. But I'm not ready to talk about it, like in this forum. And the truth is, I may never be ready to talk about it in this forum. So, anyway, I think that some of the things that I talked about at the beginning of this week in the video that you're about to see, I think is good stuff. And I think it's me really kind of learning how to validate my feelings again. Because I tend to invalidate my own feelings. I think that I'm wrong about things, and that's stemming from an experience with somebody who, a couple people in my past that just invalidated my feelings, and so that created doubt in my mind about whether or not I'm experiencing the things I'm experiencing, and so I have to seek external validation for how I feel. Should I feel like this? Should I not feel like this? Especially big feelings. Big feelings are immediately invalidated up here in my head. So, and I can't be that way. There's a guy connected to a trailer next to me, so just pay no attention to that. I can't be that way. So I think what you're about to see essentially is me kind of, I'm going to begin sort of in like a little ways into the video, because it's me realizing that I need to be different, or I need to go back to who I was at some point, instead of being a quiet person who keeps everything bottled up. I don't think I'm capable of doing that. So anyway, that being said, let's jump into it. And it's a shame that I didn't get a chance to know her longer. Anyway, but she was authentic. She put herself out there. She was vulnerable all the time. And I used to be like that. I used to be very vulnerable and talk about my life and talk to everybody about what was going on in my world, and just, I was constantly opening up, and I'd post things on Facebook, and last couple of years I've changed, and I've changed because I thought I needed to, I thought that was going to be the right thing to do for me, was to kind of shut the world out, keep it all to myself, keep it bottled up inside, or whatever, that's what you want to say. But I think that it's refreshing to find somebody in this world that keeps it real, God, that sounds so cliche. Keeps it real. 100%, bro. It's like, God dang, that's just not that's not what I want to say. It's refreshing to find somebody who kept life authentic, and who was open and honest, and just didn't really care whether or not people liked that or whether or not people didn't. And she knew that she had a right to be herself in front of everybody. And she knew her worth. And I think maybe for me, a little bit, I might have forgotten that over the last year or two. So, in the spirit of the Traveling Mermaid, Kayla, my good friend, I know you're listening. I think I probably ought to be the same way. I think that's who I am. I think that's how I've always been. And I think that I need to remember that about myself. So, I'm going to start this week off with, I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. So I'm gonna keep trying to make videos. I'm gonna keep trying to make videos with her in mind, and try to remember to be as authentic and open and happy and cheerful and just nice and kind and compassionate as she was. And I think that the world needs it. So, what are we doing right now? Well, we're on our way to pick up the yellow banana. And if you don't remember the yellow banana, I'll show it to you when we get over there. I'm betting that the batteries are dead on the truck, so we're probably gonna have to jump start it, which means it's going to take me most of the day to get it over there. And that's a damn shame, but it is what it is. So anyway, I will rejoin you when we get over there to the banana. All right. There's the yellow banana. So, 2015, supposedly. I think it comes back as a 2013. Peterbilt 579. So this truck, when Lucille died back in January, I rented a car, drove to Florida, and picked this truck up. And the reason I picked this truck up was because it had good rubber all the way around the truck. So let me show you. These are the tires that were on it. Just, everything was good. I need to get that wood off. Hold on. Alright, so everything was good on this truck. It's got a couple of load locks. It's got 4 load locks. It's kind of nice. But the truck didn't have heat when I first picked it up. It only had AC, so we sort of fixed it. The one thing it did do was it pulls so hard to the right. You can see how good the tire is all the way back. But right here, you can see it's just about ready to show cords. So, when the white Peterbilt 389 came up as available, I decided that that'd be a better truck to drive. This one was going to leave me in a ditch. The other one was going to leave me on the side of the road, probably. And I chose the side of the road. But there are some features I like about this truck, like this side door there. I think that's really cool. I wish my 389 had that. But anyway, let's see if it starts. Apparently I left the camera running. Okay, so batteries on the truck are hooked up. It's hooked up to the pickup truck. And this will take a while. So, we start the truck. I've done this a couple times before. Really, in all honesty, what you have to do, just a second. Okay. What you have to do is you really have to start your car and just let it run. Right? Put your foot on the gas a little bit. Let it but it needs to put power to the batteries. Batteries are completely dead, so it has to fully charge. Not fully charged, but it needs to charge. So while it's doing that, I'm gonna go make the remembrance video for TikTok. So anyway, I will get back to you shortly. Alright, we're back in my truck, thankfully. Picked it up today. Wednesday. Yeah. I have the GoPro. I have not set up the GoPro. So, needless to say, alright. Basically, like, what's been going on for the last couple of days is that, so I got the yellow banana going, and I brought it over here yesterday to drop it off the shop, and my truck was not ready, so I take the banana and go back home. Then after, and so then I called the boss. He decided that since I wasn't able to drop it off yesterday, that I would just have to let the driver that's coming to get the banana do, it needs some work, but the driver that's coming to get the banana is just going to have to get the work done on her time, not on my time. So instead we came back today and picked up the white truck, which I do not have a name for. I need to get a name for, or whatever. Brand new AC compressor, dryer, 2 expansion valves, a belt because the belt was missing, and then the last thing was 2 of the pulleys needed to be replaced. So we ended up having to. I ended up having to have them do the 2 pulleys to replace them. So the truck is now back in essentially as good a working order as it can be. But I've got air conditioning, which is important because I'm going to end up having to idle the truck at night. But now I can go anywhere. So if I want to go to Phoenix, I can go to Phoenix. If I want to go to Colorado, I can go to Colorado. If I want to go to New Mexico, I can go to New Mexico. I can go to South Texas. I can go to North Texas. I can go anywhere I want. And that was the main focus. So, should have gone the other way. That being the case, we're now back in my truck, and we're heading back to Fort Worth to basically pick up the trailer. Probably tomorrow we're going to try to find a load and leave, and everything. Of course, everybody knows kind of about what's happened, and it's been kind of nice. I've been in contact with the family at this point. The sister-in-law reached out to me on TikTok. I made the video that you saw on YouTube. I made that one, but I couldn't post it to TikTok because of copyright issues, copyright infringements. And so she reached out to me on TikTok, and I just offered to send it to her on Facebook, and she said sure. So the family now has that video or whatever, which is kind of nice. It's still going to be rough, unfortunately, for a while yet. She changed so many people's lives. It was unreal. And Clark, if you follow him on TikTok, No Drama Driver on TikTok, they were really close too. So, and he misses talking to her as much as I do. Anyway, so truck's picked up. We hit the road again. I don't know how much of a change in content there's going to be if there's really going to be a change in content. Man, the future is kind of in flux. So right now. So anyway, I'll keep you up to date. But this is pretty much it for today. This is our day today. So anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. It's afternoon, and it's Friday, the 22nd, I believe, of March 2024. And we've got a load going to Elgin, Illinois. So we're gonna go to Elgin and try to find something good out of the Midwest, going somewhere else. So we'll be in a better area, supposedly. The guy that's dispatching me usually dispatches refrigerated loads, not dry van loads. But I haven't really felt like. Oh, that's not right. I'm not feeling really like I want to try to dispatch myself right now, you know, just with everything that's going on in the last week or whatever. My brain is still fuzzy from this last week, and with everything, so we're letting somebody else do the work, essentially, and I'm just gonna do the driving and try to like zone out, chill out, and kind of, you know, I don't know, heal or whatever. I've been thinking a lot about it, you know, trying to figure out how to process it. I haven't really been able to figure out where to put my feelings about the whole thing. That's been a part of it. Deserve to feel the way that I feel, you know, like, and I don't know how to describe that or explain it. You know, I've gotten to the point now where I think I understand kind of, you know, maybe why I feel the way that I feel. I don't know. You know, doing this right now, this kind of being vulnerable, you know, and showing a side of you that is generally reserved for the people closest to you. It's really hard to do. You put yourself out there in the open, you know. You open yourself up to ridicule. You open yourself up to the opinions of of people that you don't know. And I'm really the kind of person that, for me, I need to know definitively. You know, I need definitive answers about things. You know, not just, hey, this is how it was, or this is how it is, or whatever. I need to, you know, well, maybe it was this, or maybe it was that. I don't like maybe. You know, I mean, honestly, who does? But I don't like maybe. I want positive answers. I want to hear that I'm right. You know? And sometimes in situations like this, when you end up, you know, I'm desperate for answers. And in situations like this, you know, one of the things I've learned over the years as far as death is concerned, and it doesn't matter how it occurs, is that you will have questions that go unanswered for the rest of your days. You will not know. You know, you will not know. So that's just the nature of the beast. I keep thinking about how much, you know, like, my father was killed when I was 5, and he was killed at work by a coworker. And that's not to try to elicit sympathy or anything like that. That's that statement that it's not trying to elicit sympathy or whatever is in response to somebody I knew once who told me that by me telling everybody that this was something that had happened to me, that I was trying to elicit sympathy, which I was never trying to elicit sympathy. I have this belief that the people that choose to love you have a right to know who you really are, and in order to do that, they have to know all the parts of you. You know, the pain and the grief and the sadness and the happiness and the things that excite you and the things that, you know, that drive you forward, and you know, the things that keep you in bed on sunny days, bright, cheerful sunny days. They have a right to know, you know, so that they can answer that. They can they can meet you there, you know, on your bad days, and help you, you know, help pull you out. Or they can, you know, they can meet you on your good days and have a great time, whatever it is. They deserve to know who you are, and that goes for everybody. It's not like, you know, it doesn't apply to just, you know, like your significant other. You know, everybody says, well, your significant other should know who you are, but you know, for me, oh man, golly, this is bumpy and windy, and I never understand why they do this. Why they do this number back and forth in construction zones. Like I'm not a 75-foot vehicle, combination vehicle, trying to fucking maneuver all of this stuff. Anyway, there's my little rant. But you know, love is something that we experience in so many different ways in our world. We experience it in friendship, we experience it in kinship, and we experience it in romance. And every one of those people, in my mind, when you love somebody, they deserve to know you at your deepest level, you know, and they deserve to meet you there, you know, and that's the thing, and it's the same thing with them. You're at their deepest level. You're giving them love, and you know, you're giving them, you know, essentially, you know, we talk about it, but your heart or whatever, you're saying to them, when you say that I love you, or that you express love to them, that your heart is safe here, you know. And in order for your heart to be safe, the people that love you need to know the things that are gonna trigger you, or that are gonna make you feel unsafe, you know. So I'm a person who loves easily, you know. know? And I love everybody. I think everybody deserves to be treated with the same level of respect. Whether you're, you know, whether you're a mean, nasty, horrible person, or you're a bright, cheerful, you know, wonderful person to be around. You deserve it. Everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves kindness. Everybody deserves to be understood, you know. And so it's hard for me not to be, you know, open with the people that I care about, but then it's hard for me to be open like this and be honest about how I feel about a situation. You know, I'm afraid of being told that I'm wrong, or being told that I'm, you know, or being ridiculed for, you know, for believing what I believe. I'm afraid of, you know, the things that other people will say, the negative things that other people will say. Those are the things that I'm afraid of. And it's heartbreaking that somebody in my past, and I'm not going to say that, you know, that I know who, but certainly somebody in my past took the opportunity to tell me that I was worthless, that I had no value, you know, that I would never really amount to anything good in this world. And I struggle with that. I struggle with that quite a bit every day, you know. It's kind of a shitty thing to have to deal with a mind that tells you that you're not good enough, even though you can see all the evidence that you are. You know? So, fucking traffic, man. Of course. And it's almost a little after 2:30. Anyway, you know, for me, there's a story, you know, that I have with this person that's passed away in my world, and I can go back and look at the messages that I have for 8 months and see the story develop and unfold. I can go back and look at the last couple of messages, you know, and see why this hurts so much. You know, the last time I had a darkness come into my life and take the wind out of my sails, I shut down. I walked away. I walked away from this. I walked away from over-the-road trucking. I walked away from a lot of stuff. Somehow this feels different. I don't know. I don't understand how. And this time I want to be here. You know, I don't want to be here. I don't get that. Where does that come from? So I'm still confused about how I feel about things. But, you know, opening up and talking about it is probably the better solution at this point. I've talked to my friends, and I've talked to my family, and I've talked to more friends, and talked to more family, until I'm blue in the face, you know. And the truth that comes out is that nothing, all of the talk will change nothing. You know? The situation is what it is. And that's it. So, anyway. You accept it, you move on, right? That's what I got for you today, probably. So, we're gonna cross the lake here, and then I might add some scenery video later. But I've only got 19% battery life on the GoPro, so we're gonna do this real quick. Saturday, the 23rd of March, 2024. We are in Arkansas somewhere on US 67. We're heading for Elgin, Illinois, and yeah, so it's a little bit late in the day. I don't have to be there until Monday. I got 550 miles left. It's Saturday, so I'm kind of taking my time, going at my pace, and everything. So it's 11:30 in the afternoon or in the morning. So I pulled in here about 10:45 last night. I was up till about 1 o'clock, so I was pretty tired. So I just kind of stayed in bed, rested, and everything. But anyway, so all right, let's get out of here and get on the highway. I'm gonna charge the GoPro a little bit and try to have it available for views today. So anyway. that's it. That was my week. So, this next week will be a lot of driving. I don't know how next week is going to end. I'm still contemplating on where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do and everything, and still dealing with a lot of feelings about the whole situation. But I think with each passing hour, it changes little bit by little bit. So I have to admit that while making this video, I think some things have moved in the right direction for me here. So we're gonna see where that goes. So but yeah, that's my week. So I don't really have anything else to say. I think I said quite a bit in this video, and I would hope that you enjoyed listening and riding along with me and kind of understanding where I'm at, and that you enjoyed me being vulnerable, or you understood the vulnerability. And yeah, that's all. So you guys know the drill. Keep your shiny side up. See you down the road.